It is no longer news that to get into Canada as a permanent resident is getting difficult by the day. Prior to now, in 2018, 2017, even in 2019, with as low as 430, 420, to get into Canada as a permanent resident via the express entry route. But nowadays, you need scores like 500, 550 to get into Canada as a permanent resident. In this video, I'm going to be talking about ways which you can boost your points in the express entry pool to get into Canada as a permanent resident, even before leaving your country. Welcome. If you are seeing my face for the first time, this is Moments with D, and on this channel, I talk about immigration to Canada. I give tips on my life as an immigrant in Canada. I talk about travel and every other fun stuff. So if this sounds like something you're interested in, kindly click. Please subscribe to my channel. Click the black subscribe button and join my growing family. Welcome back if you're an OG on this channel. It's always lovely seeing you. Thank you so much for always coming back to my channel. Without so much talk, let us just get into the video. The very first thing I am going to advise as a way of ensuring that your Canada dream is not forgotten, that you get into Canada as soon as possible via the express entry route, is first to review your express entry profile. Now, what do I mean by review your profile? Now we know that in recent times there are lots of categories that has been created in the express entry. There are now category-based draws aside the general draw in the express entry pool. So one thing that can guarantee you're coming into Canada quickly or getting you drawn out of the pool, getting your ITA as fast as possible, is to ensure that you have maximized your NOC in a way that you can actually get those those category-based draws when they come in. Are you in STEM? Are you in tech? Are you a health professional? You can guarantee your way into Canada by ensuring that you actually specify using your NOC that you are in these fields. There are provinces that go into the pool to pick candidates, individuals that have these specific skills that they are looking into. So don't just pick an NOC code. If you have 6 months, as low as 6 month experience in a field, you can actually use that NOC. So go back to review your express entry profile now. Check the NOC you have picked and check if there is a way you can optimize your NOC to ensure that in the next category-based draw, you are actually the next 3 picks. When I say review your express entry profile, I'm talking about look into your profile, like look into every category in the express entry that has a score and you don't have a score or you have not maximized the score in that category, and look at ways in which you can maximize those scores. I tell you, you might actually be overlooking something that is there, but you're not seeing. So if you gently review those points, I promise you might actually see 1 or 2 ways that you can actually optimize something to ensure that you get into Canada quickly. Second point I am going to be making is French. I'm sure this is no news. We all know that Canada has 2 main languages, which is English and French. So if you already have your English language test done, which is already, you have that in the pool already, this is the time to take on French. You can dedicate 3 months to learning French and going back to take the French exam. That can boost your score with as low as 50 points. Just imagine what 50 points is going to do to that score that you already have in the pool. Probably you're already around 460, you already have 450, you already have 470, which used to be a good score, by the way. But now, with that 50 points from French, as low as 50 points, which you can definitely get more, you can use the CRS tool to, play around, see what the computations will be. If you need details on what the CRS tool, I'll put the link in the description box. So go ahead and use that. So you can use your CRS to play around it. What would your score be with French in it? I guarantee you is going to make a whole lot of difference, because even the score in the French category is actually very low. The last draw for French category was about 400 thereabouts. So what are you waiting for? You need to actually get that French language done ASAP. what you have to lose rather than waiting endlessly, waiting for when the score is going to drop to 470 to 450. Time is going, and as you age above 30 in the poll, your score actually drops. So this is the time to take on that French language. You can look to colleagues or friends and actually understand the language, and you can actually get their help. You can even check for people that actually offer those kind of trainings in your home country, so that way it's cheaper. That's if you're already not, if you're in a place that you feel is quite expensive. You can look at probably good students that are still in the university that understand the language, and they can tutor you to help you pass, to help you ace your French language. And another thing that can help you while you are taking French, knowing that you don't have, all the time in the world to take the course, is to also like watch movies, listen to music in French language. That way, your everyday life, you're surrounded by the language, and in no time, you see yourself like, acing it ASAP. So this is another way you can actually guarantee yourself getting into Canada fast. Don't sleep on it. Trust me, guys, you don't want to do that. The third point I'm going to be making is provincial nomination. You heard me right. Now, we know that there are some provinces that go into the poll to make their draws, such as Ontario. You don't have to like express your interest in coming to the province of Ontario. However, there are provinces that you literally have to express interest in going into those provinces. Now, a lot of people are sleeping on those kind of provinces. For instance, Saskatchewan. In Saskatchewan, you have to create a profile, like an expression of interest profile in the province of Saskatchewan before you can actually be picked to come into that province. Now you can go, look at Saskatchewan, look at the occupation in demand in that particular province, and see how you fit into that occupation in demand, and you are on your way to coming to Canada. The province of Alberta is also another province. Province of Manitoba, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, go ahead and create expression of interest in these provinces. Like when we were actually, planning to come into Canada, I had created expression of interest in all the provinces I know that I could. I had a friend that was able to get into Alberta just 2 months ago, and this all he did was to review the occupation in demand in the province of Alberta, and he was able to he came in as a payroll human resources thereabouts. He was able to actually see that, okay, I've done this job in previous employment. He was able to pick that out, and pick that specific NOC, create his expression of interest using that specific NOC, and he was able to get into Alberta. Lots of people are just sleeping on the fact that, oh, I've already created my express entry profile. Oh, I've been waiting in the pool for 2 years and nothing is happening. Nothing is happening because you are yet to make something happen. So go ahead, check those provinces now and start creating your expression of interest profile for those provinces. Some of them require you to already have an express entry profile. Some of them do not. Ensure that you look out for these things, and the ones that do not require you to have a profile already, just go ahead and create your expression of interest and get that dream kicking in already. Another thing that can actually boost your score in coming to Canada via this provincial nomination route is actually even friends in Canada. We know that not everybody has families in Canada that could give you your 15 points in boosting your express entry profile, but there are provinces such as Manitoba that allow you to, that gives you points for having a friend even in that province. So look into these provinces and see which one you can actually increase your chances in. You have friends in Manitoba already. Why not create your expression of interest in Manitoba and state that you have a friend there to get the score that is required? And who knows, you may actually get a provincial nomination. This provincial nomination gives you as high as 600 points in your express entry. Like with 600 points, you're as good as you've gotten your ITA. You can literally go pack your bag and go wait at the airport because you are definitely coming to Canada. That is one sure way a lot of people are missing out on because they don't want to take the extra step to go into creating an expression of interest in some provinces. Another way that you can boost your express entry profile score is by advanced learning by increasing your educational qualification. Now, before you come for me to say, oh, it's going to take about minimum of 1 year to get my master's done and all that, is hold up. There are some short courses that you can take that can actually help you boost your score. So rather than just having, the points for 1 degree, you can actually get points for 2 or more degree. And there are also people that are watching this video now. You are in the process of completing your master's or completing your PhD, and you're like, until I finish that before I create my profile. My darling, you don't have to wait till you're done before you create your express entry profile, because you can actually update your profile as you go. So right now, you have just 1 degree, which is your BSc. Go ahead and evaluate that. Put that in your profile, because we never can tell. You can have a province that will be interested in you even before you're done with that master's. You can have a draw for whatever reasons that is just low or enough for you to come into Canada. So while you wait to update your degree, you can actually create your profile. And for those short courses, there are short courses in accounting, there is CIMA, there is AAT, there are even, I think the first 9 papers or first few papers in the ACCA that you can actually use, and you will up your degree. There are even short courses in IT that you can take and will take you from just 1 degree to 2 or more degrees. So rather than waiting around for this course to drop, this is something you can do while you wait, because regardless, until IRCC say you can come, you really have to wait. So why not make your waiting count, right? Yeah. So that is another way that you can actually hurriedly boost your points in coming into Canada. Another way that you can actually boost your points, and this is for those that are actually already in Canada. Now you're in Canada already, probably as a student, or you are coming into Canada as a student. You don't have to go to all these, saturated provinces like Ontario that will not give you benefits for, that will not give you quick benefits for studying in their province. Now, I say quick because, studying in Canada still gives you, increases your points in the express entry pool. However, there are some provinces that before you are even done with your studies, after maybe 6 months or, or a year, you actually can apply for the provincial nomination in that province. Some provinces like New Brunswick, like Prince Edward Island, this province have those perks attached to studying in their province. So rather than looking at schools, in highbrow areas, saturated areas that the government is trying to reduce the population in those places, why not go to these provinces that are in dire need of you and would help your settlement in Canada very fast? So you can actually look into those provinces, look into schooling in them. Some of them even have like grants that they give you for coming, scholarship that they give you for some specific courses in those provinces. So this is your opportunity to actually maximize your study in Canada rather than running around for, postgraduate study permits and all that bit. You would be done with your permanent residency process by the time your mate realizes what is going on. So seize that opportunity, my darling. Do not sleep on it. And I repeat, do not sleep on it. Okay. Another way that you can actually boost your score in the express entry pool is also by the LMIA route. Now, hold up. What do I mean by LMIA route? A lot of people are waiting for, when I'm coming into Canada, then I will start looking for employment and all that bits. But you can visit the job banks, go on Indeed, go on LinkedIn, go on all those job boards and start looking for a job now. Because if you're as good as you know you are, there are companies that are also willing to bring you down into Canada on time and quickly. And before you know it, those companies can take that extra effort to applying for a labor market impact assessment document for you, which you can put in your express entry profile and will give you as high as 50 points, which will increase your chances of coming into Canada. So you don't have to wait. A lot of people, once you complete your express entry profile, you have that job bank code and all that. Go to the job bank, look at the jobs that are available there, because lots of employers are not getting the kind of talents that they want within Canada. And if you are the talents that they want, I promise you, they will will get you that labor market impact assessment document that you need to put in your profile to come into Canada. So you don't have to sleep on it. You don't have anything to lose, right? You apply for those jobs. What if they don't call you? But then, what if they do? So this is your way of getting free or cheap points and also guarantee job before you arrive Canada. So go to those job banks, those job boards, put your CV together. In fact, test the waters before you come into Canada. See what it has for you, right? Like I said, you have nothing to lose. Rather, you have about 50 points to gain if you are able to get the job and your employer is able to give you a labor market impact assessment document. The labor market impact assessment document is just to say that, okay, we need to bring whoever it is we are giving this employment from outside of Canada because we're not able to find such a talent in Canada. Really, you have nothing to lose. I would say you have to launch into the deep. When you're looking for something, you search everywhere, right? There's a saying, at least in my dialect, that says so. So really, look around for your Canada dream. Don't just sit around and wait for IRCC to do right by you. I would say take the bull by the horn and do right by yourself. I hope with this point, I have been able to convince you and not to confuse you that your Canada dream is still within reach and you can actually come to Canada earlier than you actually thought if you put all these things into play. If you enjoyed watching my video today, please like and let me know that you did enjoy watching this video. Share with everybody that you know that is on this journey and they are looking for ways that they can actually boost their points to come on this journey quickly. To come on this journey quickly. They call this entry my body. Until I come your way next, please like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching till this point. Till I see you in my next video. Bye for now.